Okay, what's your favorite video that you've made so far on this like year-long journey?
Fuck, that's hard. There's
what's like something that stand out for you?
Yeah.
There's a couple different categories. There's like videos that perform well.
Yeah.
There's videos that I like making, and there's like soul food videos where they're like, I wasn't too big a fan of an idea, but going through it is like interesting.
Right.
Like, okay, the weirdest one is I became disabled for a day. It sounds like a challenge, but that wasn't the point.
Okay.
So the idea was like, you know,
I saw this video. It's quite cool.
because I do daily vlogs, people ask about Japan or like the experiences, and I've seen a couple comments like, oh, if it's hard to walk and stuff, and I was like, okay, what if I rent like a wheelchair, and for a full day, I don't get out of the wheelchair, I'll like, I'm not making it a challenge like, oh, this is me, how much can I do in 24 hours, but it's more like, how accessible is it, and try to put myself into their place, like see what are the difficulties.
Right.
And there's some very weird things that I would have never noticed, like how because it rains here a lot, and they need to get rid of the rain. So the sidewalks, if you're walking, they're completely fine, but they're actually like 1-2 degrees slanted. So if you end up pushing yourself, you just use one arm the entire way through.
Oh.
And you don't notice it at all.
Oh, it's called What If You Couldn't Walk?
I had a worse title in mind. I can't remember what, but I was like, nah, I can't do that. But yeah, overall, I was pleasantly surprised that you can still do everything, but it just takes you like 3-4 times longer.
Right.
Yeah. I think definitely like the whole accessibility thing has gotten, at least from how I see it, has gotten a lot better, especially in Tokyo. But yeah, I definitely do think it's still kind of difficult. I mean, again, you went through it, so you can say
I mean,
for yourself, but
I think given the fact that it's a city that has to accommodate how many millions, and they still managed to somewhat do a good attempt at it, I think that's great. And I think anything is better than nothing.
Oh, absolutely.
You also see a lot of blind people. I see so many blind people in Tokyo as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the yellow parts are, right?
The yellow, and they could see.
And the
On the
sidewalks.
systems, like when you go to a train station, like all the chimes,
Yeah.
like on the streets, if you've been to Japan, you notice that there's like bird chimes whenever it's a green light.
Yeah.
But depends where you are. The bird chimes are like, there's 2 different types. If you go from like north or like east side and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
know that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because I've heard the bird chimes, and I was just like, I've noticed they're different. I never knew the reason why or what the actual kind of like thought behind it was. I knew there was probably something if I looked into it.
Yeah.
But no, that's really interesting to hear. So like, out of all these videos, there are some like wacky ideas. Were there any like days where you're just like, oh fuck, I'm just out of fucking ideas. I have no idea what to do.
Right?
I feel like half the days, It's not that you're ever out of ideas. It's more like there's not enough small ideas that you can do that don't tire you out. Like, you can't go out the entire day while also working and editing the vlog itself. So there has to be like some times where it's like, okay, so what can you do in 2 hours, 3 hours? Is there a museum? Is there something interesting?
Yeah.
And for the first like couple months, it's pretty easy. But after you exhaust everything nearby, then it's like, okay, you have to go to across Tokyo, which is already like an hour of drive.
Yeah.
And then there's some cool ideas which also could take like an hour, 2 hours. Like at the side of Tokyo, there's a place called Muscle Monsters 2, which I think you okay, so it's a theme park.
Where's Muscle Monsters 1?
I don't know. Why is it called 2? Yeah, it's like a theme park, kind of like in like Fuji-Q, but it's also like climbing. So it's like on top of trees.
I think I know. Yeah. I think we were considering filming there at one point. It's like Trash Taste.
But there's like it's not, the climbing is like one section of it, but it's like 20 different like sections that you can pay individually as well.
Right.
Like one of them is just walking on a plank on the side, like looking down, or like different attractions there.
Right.
Maybe it was something different.
But that's like 2 hours from my location.
Right.
So it would take like half a day just travel.
Yeah, going back and forth.
Yeah.
That's not realistic. What was your best performing video then?
Fuck, the shittest one.
What?
No, not the shittest one, but it's the easiest one. It's going to a VTuber's house.
Oh, of course.
Right, yeah.
Of course.
Because I was supposed to stream with Giri.
Yeah.
And I didn't have like much time. So I was like, all right, let's do a house tour. And it's not even a house tour. It's literally me showing off her kitchen and then going upstairs and showing like one of those back machines.
That back machine is crazy.
And I didn't even do an introduction on like any of the rooms, like literally nothing. And this is the best performing video.
And this was pretty early on as well, it seems like.
10 months
10
ago.
months ago as well.
Wow.
The first month went by really slowly.
Really?
Oh, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do daily vlogs, is because I don't know who it was, like Veritasium or Vsauce, who said like the earliest years of your life are the slowest, because they are when anytime something new happens, that's what you memorize. And the first years, like the high school stuff, that is like the slowest, because that's when everything first happens in your life.
Yeah.
And I was like, for here as well, like the first month, there's so much new stuff. Like I keep thinking back of the old vlogs, and whenever I check them, I'm like, all right, this was definitely the second month, third month, and it's like, no, it's the 4th day here. I'm like, oh, this was like halfway through, and I check back, and it's like, no, it's my 5th day here. I'm like, what the? How did this work? But it's just coming here, like doing all the paperwork. Then you have like so many new things. It's so insane. I would say the first month felt like the next 3 months, and the next 3 months felt like the last like 10 months.
I mean, the first it felt like, at least when we moved here, the first 6 months felt like just setting up.
Yeah.
Because you always had to do some kind of paperwork.
I mean, it
something.
basically was, right?
Yeah, it was like you were never done with filling something out. It was genuinely JRPG fetch quests for the first 6 months.
Yeah.
And then it actually gets enjoyable when you actually
When you get in the
know
rhythm.
how everything works. You know what you want to order in the combini.
You figured out the
you've got the
system.
flow.
Yeah.
You know, maybe renting a car is easy now, like where it's initially daunting, and learning all that stuff is like kind of frustrating. Like everything just becomes easy. Like the first time getting the bullet train tickets, you're like, how the fuck do I do this? And this machine that's asking you about limited express ticket reserve seat, and you're like, what the fuck?
How do you get the ticket?
Which, by the way, is still the worst fucking thing ever, and it confuses everyone.
Yeah.
And then you put it on your Suica and just walk through, and it's like so.
If you just do it on your Suica, it's easy. But then the website can be a little annoying sometimes to use. And if you're not familiar with the terminology, I think I've complained about this like 5 times on the podcast. But basically, when you go to book a Shinkansen in Japan, you can buy the ticket for the train, but that doesn't get you a seat, or it's something. Basically,
I still don't fully know how it works.
all I know is that if I want to get a seat and sit down, I have to buy 2 tickets.
Yeah.
And if I don't get both of them, they won't let me go through. But if I get one of them, they won't even let me go through. So I don't fully understand.
It's the ticket. It's half the ticket is you pay for the seat, and half the ticket is you pay for the ride.
Yeah, but I remember one time I went through with the limited express ticket, and they just wouldn't let me through. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm fucking dumb. Yeah. I hate it. Either way.
There's so many like little things that takes a while to get used to. Like even the websites.
Oh
like you mentioned the Google Translate thing.
Yeah.
But even like renting a car, there's like some points if I translate it, I can't choose the date. So I have to untranslate it for that one section.
Yeah,
Otherwise I can press next.
And then also, sometimes a website will be in English, but the moment you click the English webpage, like all the options will disappear.
Yep.
And so they'll be like, oh no, we have like 15 hotel rooms. Like, yeah, dude, in Japanese. Yeah, super sugoi, dozo. And then you click, all right, I'll just use the English version of the website. We have no rooms available.
Yeah.
Same with the car place. Like if I go to English version, it's just completely different setup and signing up and like.
Just be aware of that. If something has an English page, sometimes it might have no reservation. And
then sometimes
go on the Japanese website.
Yeah, sometimes there's magically space available if you go on the Japanese websites.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the always way to guarantee something in Japan is to call, which is the hardest part.
Web designers, if you want an infinite supply of clients, come to Japan. Because there's so many websites that need fixing.
I don't think they're gonna hire anybody.
They
They
don't
don't.
care.
No.
Because they don't see a problem with it.
Also, watching your vlogs, I would occasionally see things that I had like repressed memories from that you would get, like Fight Club.
Oh, you've been there?
Like 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Shit.
Yeah, because someone told me about it, and I was like, "That sounds insane. This can't
Did you
be
do a
real."
video on it?
No, I just went there.
Oh.
Because I was in Shibuya one night, like my 3rd month in, and someone was like, "Hey, you should go to this Fight Club place." I was like, Fight Club," and then they're like, "No, people actually fight."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, I don't really want to watch people fight." They're like, "No, like patrons fight." I was like, "What?" So yeah, you just can go in, and then there's like dudes. You
Dude,
can,
this looks sick. I want to go.
if you're like drunk, you're like, yeah, fuck it, I'll fight someone.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
This is sick as
Is this
fuck.
legal?
I don't know if it's legal, but
There's probably a ton
they
of
literally
waivers you need to
are a
sign.
registered bar called Fight Club. So
Yeah.
I feel like if the government had any qualms with it,
They broke the first rule.
During daytime, it's just such a normal like exercise place.
Yeah.
And at like I think 11 p.m.
Yeah.
they
It
start
was-
the bar, and then you like drink and just you want to fight over there?
yeah, it's literally patrons will just fight each other.
That's
It's-
sick as fuck. I wanna
It's
go here.
ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Is it? I feel like
Why would it not be awesome?
I was concerned when I remember. Oh my god! I remember it was like these two 30-year-old Japanese men were just wailing on each other.
Dude, I mean,
they were like clearly like toasted.
I mean, clearly this is something because we have places like this as well in Thailand.
Wait, what?
Because
for
there's
Muay Thai, right?
Yeah, for Muay Thai,
you can just
there's
be like fucking boom, boom.
Yes.
This guy.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? That in it, I thought they got away with it in Thailand because there are less health and safety regulations in Thailand. Because ain't no way this would work in the Western world.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're I assume it's a club where you can get drunk and you just be like,
why haven't we been here? I want to go here.
Bro,
he's gonna go out in the fucking ambulance afterwards. Man.
That sounds awesome.
He has a medical condition.
No, I'm not doing the fighting. I just want to see I just want to see Japanese salarymen fight.
When I heard about this, I was like, all right, bet where is it? It's like somewhere at the edges of Tokyo, but it's literally like
in
from
Shibuya.
Yeah.
Scrambled, it's like 1 minute away.
Just like the people who want to like get drunk and fight, there's just like something that you just don't want to. I just don't want to go near those people. I feel like.
Hey, look, at least they're doing it here and not like out on the fucking street
true.
like
That's
most
true.
places, you know?
That's just called Australia.
Yeah, that is Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to too many close calls on the street, so at least it's in a controlled environment like
Yeah, exactly.
It was like literally the first. I totally forgotten about it because I never wanted. I had no interest in revisiting. Right.
I don't know why. This is totally like my vibe.
Yeah, we need to
Sure,
go.
vibe, guy.
Yeah, we need to go.
What is okay?
we'll go.
What is not a vibe about seeing people beat the shit out of each other?
Boys
you
trip
fight
to the
as well?
fight club. Let's go.
Would you fight as well?
I don't know if
think-
I'd fight,
when
but there's
Get me drunk enough, I will.
I think when I went, I think I did, but I remember those guys. They were punching each other, but it didn't look like they were like fucking trying to kill each other.
Yeah, of course.
So when you went, were there people fighting? Or?
Oh, no, I actually didn't go at the right time. So I opened it up at like 2 p.m. There was a guy training in the back was like, what the fuck is going on?
You got a couple more days.
Yeah, I think I want to revisit, like see what actually
Let's
happens.
go. Let's go.
Go to Lost Bar and then find someone at Lost Bar to fight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Like this year when I went to Thailand, I went again to Muay Thai. I took Sid's family to Muay Thai, and I don't know, man. There's something primal about it. I don't know if this is like men, but just like seeing people beat the shit out of each other just awakens a part of your lizard brain that
I mean, especially Muay Thai. Like, I feel Muay Thai is just like even more primal than like boxing gloves. You know, it's like get the fucking grippers out and just fucking wail on them. Like,
boxing is like nice. You have like pillows on your hand,
Yeah.
but when legs come in play, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're just hitting each other
No
with like
padding.
mini
Yeah.
tree trunks.
yeah. I remember Sid's dad told me, like, he was obviously very happy to go, and he was like, remember, people willingly signed up to come in to fight today, and only about half of them will think that was the right decision.
Oh my God,
And then literally the first fucking fight, someone gets kicked right in the face, gets knocked out, and had to be stretchered off. It was metal as fuck, to
hell
be fair.
yeah, dude.
But yeah, I don't know. There's just I'm fucking turning into Joe Rogan or something because like just
So I injected myself with ivermectin and ate some fucking elk meat and I fucking
like just
harassed a woman.
hearing bodily contact and just hearing, just seeing someone get
slapping.
knocked out, just something about it, man.
When did you start discovering this part of your life?
Literally when people started visiting me in Thailand, and I was like, "What do you want to do?"
He watched an episode of Boiis the Rock. He needed the detox.
Oh yeah, that's it.
He needed the detox.
Gotta put my testosterone back on.
Yeah, he needed something different in his life.